And if you have blocks are always nice. And Luigi is on the sofa tonight. I brought him in here since they're not home. So he might pop up. You see a black cat. It's Luigi. Start however you'd like. So we're going to focus, like I said, on some shoulders for a while. So maybe you want to begin on the back with cactus arms. Or maybe arms like a Y, or cactus arms with the arms with the wrists not quite strapped over the elbows, just kind of arms out. Maybe those elbows kind of in line with shoulders, but not totally. But rather than at the side today, let's bring them out into maybe somewhat of a cactus shape. And any variation with the legs that you want, whether the feet are wide and knees together or feet together. And let's relax into our space. It's our loving kindness Thursday. So as we connect with our breath, let's just draw in that energy of loving kindness. And if there's a particular person in your life to whom you'd like to dedicate your entire practice today to, or perhaps a country such as Ukraine, a business, anything that comes to mind that you'd like to extend some loving kindness energy to, just do that right now. Just visualize whatever it is. And maybe feel yourself connect with that person, that place, that organization. This inward journey, every breath reminding us that we are pure spirit. Give yourself another breath in. On the exhale, bring the hands to the side, but bring the palms down. We had our palms would be up towards the sky in cactus. Now we're going to bring the palms to the outside of the body, but palms down. So the fingertips kind of reach further in the direction of the bottom of the mat. Maybe you feel the shoulders relax, the back of the shoulders into the floor, the shoulder blades into the floor. A couple breaths here. Give yourself another breath in. On the exhale, bring the arms overhead, the backs of the hands on the floor, this time the palms to the sky. And any variation with those legs, if you'd like to change the variation of the legs, you can. We're just going to reach arms overhead, back to the hands on the floor, and relax. Just let the breath come and go. On your next exhale, bring the hands not from overhead anymore, but bring the right hand across the chest and bring the left hand kind of towards that right tricep or the right elbow, and just rest the left hand on the right arm and drape that arm across the body. So the right palm is kind of dangling over the earth on the left side of the mat. The weight of that left hand just resting on the right arm. Your eyes can be open or closed, whatever you're comfortable with. And then let's exhale to just undo this little arm variation we just had. Maybe you bring the arms to reach for the sky and just kind of turn those doorknobs that are on the ceiling, just rotating the wrists around. And now drape that left arm over the chest. So let that right hand come to the elbow or that tricep. And again, just the weight of the hand on that arm is going to open up across the upper back and across kind of the side of the shoulder. Breathing in and out. One more breath here. And then exhale to release the arms, reach the arms for the sky, and then turn those doorknobs on the ceiling or maybe water faucet knobs, whatever makes sense for you. Just kind of move those wrists around, get some motion in the wrists. And then from here, bring the hands together in prayer, but then flip the palms to the ceiling and just push those palms towards the sky, kind of reaching the outer shoulder blades and the shoulders off the ground. Maybe you'd let those hands slowly drift back. So when they're all the way back, they might be overhead. So reaching those hands kind of past the crown of the head. So the hands are interlaced over the head, and then reach those palms towards the wall above that head, above the top of your mat, opening up through the armpits, the side body, the arms, and the wrists and the palms. And then let's exhale, guide, and bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the stomach, and rest the arms, rest the wrists. Let's breathe in. Exhale, sigh, let it go. Now another breath. Now let's exhale to bring feet to the floor if they're not there already. They're already there. Let the knees fall together. Let the feet be wide, knees are together. And then pause once again. And then we'll exhale to bring one arm kind of past the side of the head. So we can roll to one side, kind of resting the ear and the head on that arm that's on the floor. And the other hand can just rest in front of the heart, the chest, knees together, breathing in and out. And again. And let's exhale to press up off the floor. And then meeting table. We've done these in class quite a few times before. I saw Patrick Mahomes doing them the other day. It made me so happy. It's like, yes, that's what we do. It's obviously important. So from your tabletop, let's turn the fingertips towards the outside of the mat. So the wrists kind of shine towards one another. And then I didn't see Patrick Mahomes doing this. This is our own variation, but we're going to rock over to the right. So you kind of feel the stretch on the left arm and maybe in the right wrist, then over to the left. And don't go too far, just honor your range of motion. It doesn't take a lot to get a stretch. And then just go back and forth, guys, and bring those knees as wide as you need to so you feel stable as you shift the weight from hand to hand and vary that tension on the wrists. And go side to side. One more time each side. And there's the bells on the piazza for us. 6:15. And now bring the wrists or the fingers forward like a normal table. And just come up to a high kneel and just gonna shake out the wrists. However you wanna give your wrists some relief. And then let's come up to stand. We're going to come back to table after a few movements standing. But come up to stand. And then move those wrists around. And then we're going to bring arms up overhead and move those wrists that same way above the head. So I'm just going to have a fist. I'm going like this, but you can move them however makes sense for you. And Alicia, you would do a lot with your hands, so this might be really nice. And now let's bring our arms out to the side And do that same thing kind of towards the side. And then bring the hands towards the shoulders and make circles with the elbows, clockwise or anti-clockwise. And then drop the hands to the side and let's roll the shoulders. You can lift them up and back or back and forward or do both. Eventually do both, however you want to do it, one direction and the other. And now find some stillness in those shoulders and bring the hands behind the back. We're going to pinch those shoulder blades together. And if it's not accessible to bring those hands to clasp, it's the same effect if you bring your hands that low back and pinch the shoulder blades together. We're going for a shoulder blade pinch here, which is going to open up across the front of the shoulders. So wherever the hands are, whether they're clasped or on the back, pinch those shoulder blades. And now softly bend the knees and then hinge forward halfway. Keep those elbows reaching for each other and the shoulder blades pinching or the hands clasped. For one more breath. And then exhale, release the hands, let them dangle underneath. And maybe just let them sway side to side with the arms crossed in front of each other. Let the breath go. Half forward fold. Keep the core nice and engaged. And then let those arms slowly come to a stop. And now we're going to roll up to stand. Yep. Let's bring arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold, flush it out. Inhale, rise. And then flush it out, purifying, cleansing breath. And exhale down. And just a few more of these cleansing forward folds. The next time you come to stand, or whenever you're ready to come to stand, let's meet up in our mountain pose. Maybe hands in front of the heart. Nice, guys, so nice. And then we'll exhale to release the hands. Bring the hands maybe to the thighs, and then bend the knees, and then we're going to bring the knees in a circle. Ankle mobility, knees, hips. And then kind of come into a more of a straighter leg, bring hands to the hips and move those hips around. One side, the other. This is our hula hoop. We haven't done our hula hoop in a while. And now bring hands back to the thighs, maybe to the knees, bring those knees into some movements. And if you want Saturday Night Fever, cry. It's the only reason I do this, you guys. So great. And then let's come to stand, straightening those legs, reaching up overhead. Nice. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Good, breathe in. Now let's exhale, bring those knees to the floor, back to our table. And then this time, let's bring those fingers to point kind of towards our knees. So the wrists are shining forward. I don't have my wrists all the way forward and the fingers back. So kind of find whatever works for you. And then just rock forward this time and back, rocking back as we're going to feel that stretch in the wrists. And then forward. Exhale to kind of rock back. And then if you want, when you come back to flat, kind of shoulders over the wrists, you can bring those fingertips more towards the knees and less towards the side of the mat. And then just sit those sits bones back. And you can pause. Giving ourselves some breath, some movement, or maybe some static surrender anywhere along the way. And the next time you come back, just pause. And then exhale to bring the shoulders over the wrists. Gently bring those fingers forward. And let's come into a high kneel and just shake those wrists out. Sometimes it feels really good to literally shake them out. And then maybe bring those hands into clasp, and then kind of wiggle them around, like making that figure 8. Yeah. Yep. Nice, guys. And you can make that as big as you want, getting the shoulders involved, and the elbows are just nice, you guys, really nice, really good variations. Maybe a couple more movements. And then as you're ready, bring those hands to the side body. Left side. Good. Inhale, arms up. Ground that left knee. Bring that right foot out to the side. And then bring those arms to a T. Shoulders roll up and back. And then bring that hand towards the side of the leg. Reach the left arm up, sky. Maybe it reaches up over the shoulder for a couple breaths. And now let's exhale, let it drape over the head for a breath or two. And then let's exhale to kind of sweep the hand and the body down towards that right leg, and then in front of the mat, and then over to the left, and then up back to where we started. You can thank my friends in the Netherlands for that, my instructors in the Netherlands. They like to do that movement. My yin teachers. Let's drape the arm over the head. You got it, really nice, you guys. And then drop the chest towards that thigh, kind of towards the foot with the hand and the chest, and then in front of the mat, reach it over to the side and then up. And we're gonna stay upright. Nice, and bring the right arm up. And then the left hand down that left leg. Let's side bend to the left, let the arm drape over the head. And then we're gonna do that same movement as we drop the hand towards the earth, towards that corner of the mat in front of the body, towards the right foot, and then up, and then back to the drape over the head. Yes, and then in front of the body again. You got it. Sweep it across the front of the mat. Up. Exhale. And then inhale in front of the mat. And then we'll exhale and pause here with the arm over the head. Inhale to bring both arms over the shoulders. And now with control, let's try to bring that right knee to meet the left. It's a lot of core. So we're going to drag that foot across the floor. And now let's come into our puppy. Walk the hands out in front of the knees. Exhale, drop the heart down towards the earth. Puppy pose, Anahatasana. Breathe in. On an exhale, glance up with the hands and walk the hands over to the right. Keep the hips over the knees, dropping the heart. Breathing in and out. And then inhale to look up at the hands. And then exhale with control, engaging that core, walking the hands over to the left. And drop the heart. Breathe in and out. And then inhale up at the hands. Exhale, walk the hands to the middle. And then your next exhale, walk the hands back towards the knees. Let's bring that left leg out to the side, that left foot on the floor, grounding the foot. And then we'll inhale to draw the wrists over the shoulders. Good. Bring the arms up to the side like a T. Maybe shake out the wrists a little bit. On this side, we're going to bring hands to the shoulders again and make those elbow circles. Yep. And then when you've had enough, when you've got that fixed, inhale to bring arms overhead. And the left hand towards the extended leg. And we'll drape that right arm over the head. And then as you're ready, just do that little, it's kind of like an ice dancing move, is what I told my instructor. You're going to drop it in front of the foot, in front of the mat, up, and then over. And when you're ready to do it again, go ahead and do that again. Sweeping in front of the mat, extending out, and then draping over the head. A couple more times, you guys. Really, really nice. Notice the breath. Notice when the breath naturally draws in and out for you. Where you feel like a sigh or a deeper release. The next time you have that arm overhead, pause there. Good, and then bring the arm over the shoulder a little bit. So it's straight up. And then back to a T. Ooh, if your shoulder wasn't tired before, it's getting there, right? A lot of effort. Bring the right hand down to that right leg. Bring the arm over the head. And then do that same sweeping on the other side. This is so good for the low back, for the spine. And that left foot, that left leg. Different movement and stability for it. One more time. Bringing the arm in front of your mat. Yes, good, you guys. And then as you're ready, arms extend past the head. With control and strength of that torso, draw that left knee into a high knee. And now we're gonna come to a low lunge. So ground that left knee, bring the right knee forward, and then exhale, release the hands on top of that thigh, and then drop into that front left hip flexor as you bring the knee over the ankle to maybe midfoot. And now we'll exhale to bring the hands on the inside of the right foot and maybe drop the knee up to the side here for a variation of lizard. Maybe a couple breaths here. And maybe on an exhale, if you want, bring the heart towards the knee and drop the hand towards the knee to open out. And then bring the knee in, bring the hand on the outside of that right foot, bring the foot in maybe if you need to. And then we'll exhale to extend that leg long, our Ardha Hanumanasana, back of the leg now. The hands maybe frame the leg. And now on an exhale, let's bring that left hand across the right leg and turn those fingertips towards the outer edge of your mat, the long edge. So this is kind of a twist. So the chin is maybe, if there were a string hanging from your chin, it's right between the hands maybe. And now exhale to bring the left hand back to the left side of the leg, the right hand up to frame the calf. And then straighten that leg. Let's step the left foot forward, and then we'll inhale to rise up to mountain pose. Really good, you guys. And then exhale, flush it out, Uttanasana. Bend the knees, rise. Exhale, flush it out, Uttanasana. One more time, draw the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. And pause. And then we'll exhale to bring ourselves to table. And then from our table, plant the hands, feel the tops of the feet on the floor, and then curl the toes under, and then exhale to downward facing dog. And from downward facing dog, maybe you explore different variations with the wrists. Maybe the fingertips point towards the outside of the mat, maybe towards the corners. Maybe the fingertips, the hands are like train tracks pointing forward. One more breath. And then exhale, lower down the knees, the tops of the feet, the chin and the chest. And then we'll inhale up to our upward feet, or our Bhujangasana, our cobra pose. And then we'll exhale back to child's pose. Breathing in. And exhale, side, and in. And this exhale draws us back to table. And then from our table, we inhale to draw that left foot forward between the hands. And then exhale to drop into a low lunge with hands resting on top of that thigh. Nice, breathe in. Exhale. One more breath. Exhale. And now inhale. To just bring the hands on the inside of that left foot, wiggle the left foot towards the left side of the mat. And then drop that knee out to the side. You're going to adjust that back, right knee if you need to find your expression of your Uttam Pristahasana, lizard pose. Breathe in. And then exhale, maybe turning the heart towards the knee and pressing that hand on the knee if you want. There's no pressure to do that. You can stay with the hands on the floor. These are just some expressions of lizard. And now exhale to bring the foot to the floor, the left hand on the inside of the foot, then wiggle that foot to the middle of the mat, kind of back to your normal low lunge. And then we'll exhale back to our Ardha Hanumanasana. Flexing the foot, framing the leg. And then if you want, bring that right hand on the left side of that leg and bring those fingertips of both hands towards the long edge. And like I said, maybe that shin, if it had a string or like a pendulum hanging from it, is between the hands. That left heel is still pressing on the floor. Inhale, exhale, and inhale. Now let's exhale to frame the leg. Hands and wrists face forward, or fingertips face forward again. Bring that left foot down. Then curl the toe of that right foot under and make your downward facing dog. If it's easier, it makes more sense to come to forward fold and then to downward facing dog or table. However, then make your way to downward facing dog. We'll be here for 5 breaths, you guys. So find your variation of downward facing dog. Sometimes I like to bring my feet really wide, and that opens my hamstrings a lot. You can keep your feet narrower, however you want. One more breath. And then we'll exhale. Bring those knees to the floor. And then come to our easy pose. Have your strap handy. And by easy pose, that's just kind of the feet crossed in front of you, but just take notice of which shin is in front. So for me, my right shin, I automatically kind of sit, so my right shin is in front first. So if that's you, then just notice which one is in front, because we'll switch here in a moment. We're gonna do our Gomukhasana arms in our easy pose shape. If you want, you can stack your knees in the traditional Gomukhasana. That's just your left heel kind of under the right glute, and then the right knee stacked on top of the left knee. So if that's accessible, you can do that. If you want, just do easy pose, which is the feet crossed in front of one another. So with your strap, let's inhale and bring the strap in that right hand and bring that right hand over the shoulder. And then just kind of keep that strap, get that strap behind you. And the left or the right thumb is kind of down. Okay, and then bring the left arm in front. So the thumb is to the sky. And then flip that left thumb down. So the palm of the left hand faces the left, and the thumb is downward. Bring the left hand out, the thumb is down. And then robot arm, yep, down. And then bring that back, that left hand to the low back. And the thumb is now up, and find the strap. So behind you, it's probably looks something like this. Right now, the left thumb's right thumb is down, the left thumb is up. And then you can walk the hands towards each other on the strap. Okay. So when you do this, I want you to be mindful that you're not straining to bring the hands together, so you're not bending the back to get the hands closer. The back is neutral. And we're just gonna pause here with our Gomukhasana arms. And if this gets to be really uncomfortable, just release the strap. We'll be here for a couple breaths, a couple more. So 3, 2, and 1. Let the strap go with that left hand. Notice the right hand might come flying, so be careful. And let that left hand relax. And just drop that right hand down. Yep. And then here you might roll the shoulders. You might kind of roll the wrists out. Offer some neck movements. And then as you're ready, change the cross of your feet. So bring that other shin in front, that other foot towards the body. And now we're going to grab that strap. And we're going to bring that strap in the left hand and the left wrist. Just make sure that metal part doesn't smack you in the face. Bring the left hand over the shoulder. And then bend that elbow so the left hand comes kind of behind the neck. Then the right arm in front, thumb up, flip it so the thumb is down, out to the side, robot arm. The palm faces behind you, the thumb is towards your ribs. And then bring that right hand behind the back. And just make your way up and down the strap with the hands. Some people don't need a strap. Some days you will, some days you won't. Sometimes the hands are closer, it doesn't matter. There's no goal here, okay? And we'll just breathe and be. Be mindful that you're not arching the back. It's a nice dignified spine. Really, really good, you guys. Really nice job. And also, you know, my elbow was pretty stacked over my shoulder, but that has more to do with my anatomy. It's not necessarily I'm more able or capable. Some people's elbows are out here, and that's okay. A lot of that has to do with the way that the joint sits in the socket. That's true for our hips, it's true for our shoulders, it's true for any of our joints. On an exhale, release the right hand. Be mindful it's going to rebound into that left hand. So release the right hand. And then release the strap from the left hand, unwinding. Yeah, and then let it go. Ooh, yeah. Nice, you guys. Yeah, any intuitive movements that feel nice after that for your body. I always feel that a lot kind of in my biceps. So just move around in a way that honors your body. And then let's exhale and rest those hands on the knees. And pause for just a breath or two, maybe the eyes closed. And let the breath come. Breathe in. Exhale. And now let's inhale, open the eyes. And from our seated position, bring the feet out about hip width apart, maybe a little wider, and then just bring those hands beside you. And the fingertips can face any direction. The hands are just there for stability. Let's exhale to drop the knees over to the right and pause. Breathe in. And then exhale, bring those knees over to the left and pause. Exhale over to the other side. Yep, really good. And then back, the other side. Let's inhale to bring feet back to the floor, knees up. Where we're going to go with this eventually in the next couple of weeks is we'll be seated and maybe our hands are in prayer. And then we exhale and bring with control the knees in one direction. You can try it if you want. And then bring them back through with control, really active core towards the other side. So take a couple movements. If you want your hands down, you can. If you have those hands in front of the heart and it's successful, go ahead and do that. Just do it really mindfully. And if your heart rate increases, that's normal. If you feel yourself inching off your mat or kind of crawling forward too, that's normal too. Do one more time each direction. Really good, you guys. And then we'll meet with those feet on the floor, those knees tucked. Yeah. And bring those hands behind you. Exhale, I'm gonna bring myself back onto the mat. And let's forward fold, bring those legs long. Flex the feet towards the face, bring the arms up. And then exhale, cascade forward. Bring the chin to the chest. Let's give a little calm and tone to our nervous system here. From here, look up at those toes, and then begin to walk the hands onto the legs. Let's bring those heels to the ground, bending your knees. Kind of recline back and bring those thumbs to the sky, palms shine towards each other. And let's move through some variations of our bow pose. Recline back, we bring the right heel off the ground. Lay that left heel on the floor. Roll the shoulders back. Shoulder blades are flat, so the back is flat. And then lower that right heel, and then lift the left heel off the ground. And breathe. And then exhale, lower that left heel, bring the right heel off the ground. And then lower that heel, bring the left heel off the ground again. And then lower that foot. Bring the hands to the earth. Make your way to your back. If you need a log roll to your back, you can. I often prefer to log roll than to just lie down with my forearms and my palms. So make your way to the back of the body. And then we're going to do that same heel lift again. But this time we're going to have our hands reaching for the sky. Kind of like the zombie arms we do. Yep, you got it. And now let's just bring that right heel off the ground all the way so the ankle is in line with the knee. But press the low back into the floor. You feel that? Pause. And then lower that right heel to the ground with control. With that low back on the ground, exhale to press the right foot down. And then inhale to draw that left heel and foot off the ground. Heels in a 90-degree angle with the left knee. Press the low back into the floor. Exhale, lower that left heel down. Bring the right heel off the earth, ankle in line with the knee. Lower that right heel down. Draw the left heel off the ground in line with that knee. If your chest is shaking, your heart is beating, so is mine. Lower that heel down. Exhale, lower the hands down. Let's bring those legs long. The palms can be up or down. Now from here, let's clench the hands into fists and kind of curl the toes and just kind of contract the body, breathing in, contracting. Then exhale, let everything go. Relaxing the body. I'm going to contract the body once more. So draw the breath in, curl the toes, clench the fist. Maybe you clench so much the feet and the hands come off the ground. And then exhale, let it all go. Find your comfortable resting position for your shavasana. Allow the cheeks to soften, the forehead, eyes to soften. Allow the nose, the tip of the nose, the lips, the jaw, the eyelids. Allow yourself to just be. Perhaps noticing the movement of prana in your body. If it's completely still. If it's in your heart space or in your feet or your wrists or your palms. Just this little self-awareness. And then let it go. Perhaps bringing awareness to the beating of your heart. And say to yourself, may I be filled with loving kindness. May I be at ease. May I have comfort. May I be loved. Now thinking of someone that you love dearly. Perhaps it's a pet. Someone that you've spoken with recently. Perhaps someone that's already passed on or hasn't been born yet. And say to that person, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you have ease. May you feel comfort. May you be loved. Now bringing to mind someone whose name you've seen in the headline recently. Who's reading the news. First name that comes to mind that you've read in the headline recently. See that name and that person and soul behind it, and say to that person, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you have ease. May you feel comfort. May you be loved. Now extending loving kindness to all of us that are here in class today. Visualizing each other, doing Saturday Night Fever, or moving our wrists, or lying on our mats right now. Visualize each other. And say, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you have ease. May you feel comfort. May you be loved. Gently rolling to one side, your log roll to your fetus position. However you'd like to close, with whatever mudra feels right for you today. Let's breathe in together and out and in again. Exhale for Om. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Namaste.